You are watching Wide Field with Vivian Birchall. This is Wide Field.
Welcome to Wide Field. I'm Vivian Birchall, your host. My guest today is Emma Russo from the Acton-Boxborough School, class of 2020, and she'll be graduating this week, I believe. And Emma is an animator, and that's what she's going to be talking about today for the most part. But Emma, welcome to Wide Field.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And before we dig into why you're here, can you tell us about yourself?
Sure. Like she said, I am graduating from the ABRHS, and I am going to be going to Penn State this upcoming fall, hopefully. And I basically do drawing all the time. It has been my life since I was a kid. And I really enjoy teaching kids and doing camp with kids. I work at a camp locally, and I just thought that this would be a super awesome opportunity to basically do two of the most amazing things, and not only do the two most amazing things, but also help the community as well.
Excellent, Emma. A lot of people have given us feedback about your latest video, Winky and the World. What inspired you to volunteer to create this animation?
Like I said, drawing is my life. I've done it forever. I still do it every single day. I always find any chance I can. I go and ask my friends, hey, do you have anything that I could draw for you? And like I said, I work at a camp. I also volunteered a lot to help kids. I volunteered with art companies, and I've done face painting at winter festivals, which kids really love. So I thought, when I saw this post on AB Youth Vibes, which is a Facebook group that Vivian made, I thought it would be an amazing opportunity not only to do two of my favorite things, but also help benefit the community as well.
For the benefit of those who are watching this and haven't watched the video that we're talking about, Winky and the World is an animation, a COVID-19 educational animation targeting young children, informing them about COVID-19 and how to stay safe. And it was created out of the need of a community for the community to have some content for younger children who didn't have much in the way of educative content. So I created a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group, actually I should say, I created a Acton-Boxborough youth Facebook group, and I decided to tap into that, to tap into the local talent, to find someone who could give back to the community in the way of educating the younger children. So back to Emma. How did you come up with the storyline?
So first of all, I came up with a character that all kids of any age or even gender could relate to. Being an animal, having a name that isn't specifically targeted towards any gender specifically. So like I said, all kids can relate to this mouse named Winky, and they can also stay engaged as well. Then I did research about COVID-19 and what are a lot of parental concerns and just concerns about kids in general facing this pandemic. And then I wrote a fluent but simple script that would allow them to stay intrigued, but also would still be fun and could be easily understood by really any age.
And how long did it take you to create it?
It took me about a couple hours to make the script, and then it took me for the video, about 4 to 5 days, I would say generally 6 hours a day to make the entire video itself.
That's amazing. And what inspired you to learn animation?
I don't actually know. I just kind of, what started it off really is that I had done a couple school projects my junior year and senior year in high school where I was just able to do it, where one of the options was to create an animated video, and I said sure, because I wanted to see what I could do. I wanted to see what I was capable of, and it definitely wasn't as complicated as this animation video that I just created. So this was definitely a step above, and it was a risk that I had to take, but I put my all into it.
You did great. I mean, the kids love it. My children loved it, and they just wanted me to keep playing it over and over again. So it was worth it. Thank you. And what are your future plans regarding animation?
Well, at Penn State, I have signed up for my major as creative writing and graphic design. So you can kind of see how those like go into animation if you think about it. I'm not doing specifically animation, but if it ever comes up as a possible job or a possible internship, I will take it with open arms. I will definitely go for it. Excellent.
So, back to Winky. What is your favorite moment that in the animation?
I think because I'm a 5-year-old kid at heart, I think my favorite part is when the person sneezes and the germs float to the other person, and then it says "ew" with it.
That was super cute.
Yes, that's my favorite part.
And of course, I have to thank your parents for letting you partner with me on this project, because without family support, some of these things are not possible. So,
yeah.
What message would you have for the youth out there, you know, how they can get involved in community, you know, how can youth give back to the community?
Well, I guess what I would say to them is that it's worth it. A problem that I had when I was younger is I was very lazy and I didn't really want to try and go out and do anything. And I also really didn't think that me helping just one person would do anything. Mm-hmm. I thought, oh, there are so many other people out there doing it. I'm sure we're fine. But there aren't a ton of people doing it now, and we do need more people to give back to the community. And there are a lot of simple projects that you can do as well, just like picking up the trash, like along the roads, or fixing some trails, or just planting trees, anything. And I'm sure there are much harder things that you can do as well if you're more sturdy and tough. Yeah. But it's definitely worth it. It's a really good experience to have. It gives you a sense of real life, and it helps you become more independent as well.
So if I want to engage more young people like yourself, what advice would you give a person like me? What would be the first steps?
I would say to definitely reach out to any branch that you can, whether it be schools or families or any other sort of like organization that seems to be connected with a lot of people. And another thing that I actually thought about recently is that a lot of high school kids are looking for community service hours because they want to put it in their resumes for college, because it's not something necessary to graduate high school, but colleges definitely look at it and they see it as a very important thing. So if you want to get attention from those people, I would definitely mention community service hours. And I would generally mainly go for schools, because I mean, high school teachers are able to talk better to high school students than they are to, let's say, preschool students, because they talk more sophisticated and more organized. But then preschool students and preschool teachers are probably more loosey-goosey and like carefree and not as complicated vocabulary. And I'm sure there's a lot of like clip art and fun like colors for the fonts and everything. So yeah, I think that would be my advice for that.
So Emma, what software did you use for the animation and why did you select that one?
I used an app called Flip-a-Clip, which I found on my iPad. I just used it because it had the best ratings and the most good ratings, I guess. And it was free as well. So I was just most attracted to that one.
How easy was it to use if someone else is interested in learning animation?
It was actually really nice. For someone that hasn't really ever professionally, I'll say, animated before, it led me through pretty well. There's a little tutorial as well, how to use it if you don't know how to use it. And there's different aspects to it. I can't explain it because animators will understand and artists will understand what I say, but to a general audience, they'll probably have no idea what I mean. But it's really, really nice. I highly recommend it. It's super cool. And you can also buy other things as well. So there's in-app purchases, which are really cool. And I used a couple of those.
So when you're not telling stories about COVID-19, what are your favorite stories to tell through animation?
I haven't really done a lot of storytelling through animation. The only other things that I've done are school projects. So I guess in those, I talked about the effects of animal therapy in one of them, which was kind of fun to draw because I got to draw little animals and stuff. And the other one was the effects of internet on the human mind, I think. Yeah, so that was also fun to draw.
Those are brilliant ideas. I look forward to additional animations from you, and I will be engaging you with some more. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you would want to tell our viewers?
I guess I would say definitely try things. I would say make sure you go out and try different things. Even if you don't think it'll be that fun, it might end up being something that changes your life forever.
All right, and of course I have to ask you this because I created that group and I am eternally thankful that you were in it. But what are your thoughts about youth engagement in general?
I think it's really cool. I think it's awesome that kids my age and below are thinking about the community and putting effort into helping the community. Mm-hmm. Especially because it's the upcoming generation and people like us, we're going to be leaders at some point.
Yep.
We're going to be doing our own things, like making our own businesses, doing our own jobs, maybe changing the world, who knows. So I think it's definitely cool that people are doing that.
I wish you the very best at Penn State, and congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
I know we can't celebrate like we usually do under normal circumstances, but I'm really wishing you the very best and I'll be cheering you on.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for being my guest on Whitefield.
Thank you for having me.
If you have not watched Winky and the World, you can check it out on the ActonTV YouTube channel. Thank you for watching Whitefield. Till next time.